This is a picture of my favorite uncle, Donald Osgood, and the guy that inspired me into country music. And I think it was probably 60 or 65 years ago was the last time I held this guitar. Uh, and I'm so glad that Don is getting it revived, and it's a true family heirloom. And I'd say that Donald inspired me in many things, and the music is one of the big things. And I'm just so glad that you're doing this, Donna, for the family and for your siblings. Uh, and we're looking forward to seeing this all.
Play it. Want to play it?
Yeah, want to play it.
Okay.
Okay, just got the Stella guitar, my Uncle Donald's guitar. We just got it here, sitting on the bed. That's why you see that kind of unusual background. It's the bedspread. We will first be taking a look at things outside, and I'm especially interested in seeing whether the resonator is all there. I'm sure it is. There are different types of resonators, so I'm kind of curious as to the type that this is. Some are one stage and others are 2 and 3 stage, so we'll see what that is. Because as we're going to take everything apart, and what we do is we get a box and start putting the pieces in. This is your tail, and then the screws will go in here. And we'll be putting other parts in here, and all of that will be kept together. Okay, I've got the screws off of this. This is a one stage. Your resonator top over there, and this piece here is actually the saddle. Okay, one of the first things we've got to do with this thing is this guitar is to get some moisture in it, because all of these cracks probably started as it dried out, and so the first thing we've got to do is rehydrate it, basically. So to do that, it's a very simple thing. Take a bag to contain the moisture. We take a sponge and dip it till it's not quite wringing wet. Put the sponge in the end of this, and then put this bag over the body. Now this will probably take about 5 days, based on what we've experienced in the past. It takes about 5 days to get this to work. So put one there, and then we're going to put one on the other end. This one here I'm going to lay on the bottom. I'd rather it didn't touch the wood. At this point it's so dry it doesn't matter. But this is going to be put on here like this, and overlap the other one. It doesn't have to really be tight. It just has to keep the moisture in, so that it can be absorbed. And basically, through osmosis, it's going to absorb the moisture just like a plant would, or anything else would. Okay, what we're going to do now is to check these sponges. This has been sitting for overnight, just about 24 hours. I'm going to check the sponges to see if it's starting to soak up the water. This one's still a little damp, but it could be wet some more. I expect this one to be wet because it's not. This one is really wet, so this isn't soaking much up at all on this side. So I'm going to re-wet these and put them back in, and then put the guitar away, and we'll check it again tomorrow. Okay. It's now been about 5 days, and the way I've been checking it is just to squeeze the. I can feel the moisture in these, whether it's all right or not. And it has been for the most part. Hasn't been soaking up a lot, so that should be pretty good for now. I'm going to continue with this moisturizing in the future. Okay, these are basically, this one's almost dry. This one's just barely damp. So you know that it's been soaking up moisture. Now, one of the things you want to see here is there were some cracks. And when the moisture comes back, you can see that there's a warp here. That's the wood coming back together. And that's what we want to take care of. We don't want to just fill in these cracks and then find out after this starts to moisten up that we're going to have these kind of problems. These are taken care of inside, and we're going to get to that. But that's why we needed to moisten this in the beginning, to see what we could do with that. On this side, we got this crack. You know, you might want to. I have a picture of this, and I will put it on there. This has started to come back together, and we've got to add something there. And here, this is pretty well together. It just needs to be fixed from the inside and re-glued. Now look at this one. This was a pretty wide crack. I mean, it's still wide, but look at how much it's come back together. I mean, we're almost to a point where we can do this, which is not what we're going to do, because we have to make sure we have this straight this way. We don't want it concave like we're seeing on top here. And all of these things will be taken care of, and it'll look like, wow, somebody tried to make it look good. Okay, and we're going to have to take this neck off right here. That's probably the next thing we're going to do. Okay, I just, you know, basically the Stella has been in rehydration for basically almost 7 days, you know, and I'm actually amazed at how much this has come back into shape. For instance, look at that crack that goes from here to here. I mean, it wants to go back together, you know. That was a big crack right there. And then, of course, that goes right around, but again, it's right together. This is warped a little bit. That's not a big deal, you know. We have a big crack here. If you look at the original picture, this one's almost back together. And then, of course, these here, this is all cracked up through here and through here. These will have to be fixed from the inside. So we'll get inside and do that. But our next thing here to do is to get into this, get this undone. This is coming apart here. We need to take this up. So we'll have to get this off of here. But that's where we're at now. Coming together really good. Okay. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to loosen up this on the fretboard on the guitar. I'm using a wet cloth with an iron. Try to steam the glue loose. The glue should be hide glue, which is very susceptible to being heated up. It'll start to loosen and liquefy, and we should be able to get this thing to come apart. Alright, it started to heat up. I'm using a thin spatula. You can use a bunch of different things that are flat like this. They do make a tool to do this. But this is really all you need as it loosens it up. Okay, we'll see what happens here. Okay.